Inferno is a heavily utility-reliant map, making knowing the basics all the more important. So in this video, we are going to look at how the pros play their CT and T-side defaults, as well as some lesser known tips you can utilize yourself to win more games. A successful CT side revolves around blocking B without running out of util, or by getting picks on the Ts when they try to establish map control in banana or car. In the current meta, you wanna play with 3 smokes towards B, which allows you to block the Ts for a full minute just by cycling them in a smart way. This is done by getting one of the A players to smoke you deep banana, mid banana or half wall from spawn, depending on how aggressively you wanna play. And from here on, things are getting interesting. You can either play with 3 players towards B and contest banana aggressively, where the first player to arrive at car is gonna do a middle click nade followed by a close molly. The second player wants to nade either cubby or deep banana. Then either one of them throws a molotov into wood, which flushes anyone out of the headshot angle and means any T in banana has to be in cubby now. After the molotov pops, the third player throws support flashes over car, with which the other 2 players swing half wall, push banana and clear cubby. From this point on, 2 of the 3 B players can drop the smokes at car or church and rotate towards A, whereas the solely remaining banana guy keeps on resmoking bottom banana and spotting for info. If the T's retake banana, you can simply fall back, jiggle CT and block a B push with the default smoke here. Meanwhile on A side, after throwing the banana smoke, both players wanna double up on long or short so they can play off of each other if the T's are trying something quickly. If you want to play rather safe and not contest brackets, which is perfectly fine, moving into positions where it's hard to pick you off and you can always get out of is a must until the B player rotates in. When this happens, the player coming in takes over the role of the long player again, and the other 2 players can play from side and hold apps and short respectively. However, if you were to always start 3 players on B, this would leave A really vulnerable to fast pushes from the Ts, as 2 CTs are overwhelmed rather quickly on such an open side. So you want to mix it up and also start 3 on A from time to time. And this is how the pros do it. First, one of the A players is still supposed to throw the banana smoke for the B guys. Then, on B, you want to approach bananas similarly, but a bit less aggressively. This time, the first player tosses a molotov in front of the deep banana smoke to stop T's still in the smoke from pushing towards cubby or wood, and then immediately flashes behind half wall and holds the cross towards wood. The second player throws the middle click HE and holds for anyone pushing up banana and swinging half wall. From here on, you can either push down and take banana, following the same logic as before, where any T has to be towards cubby now, or keep this possibility in the back of your mind and continue to play from car, as most do here. Alternatively, you can also just use the mid banana smoke, which is shown later in the video, and take the upper parts of banana, which is an even safer option. On A, it's a similar story to before, where one A player either goes B and drops their smoke and molly in front of church, or simply does the deep banana smoke in the beginning and then continues to play A as they would usually do. The other 2 players on A are supposed to not play too aggressively until the third player comes back, where in this case Jimmy just spots for a fast second mid push from the Ts and afterwards goes on to double up with exertion and block mid. The moment Spinks comes back from B, the 3 of them are now able to contest brackets again. Another variation of this setup is to yield brackets control entirely and focus on locking down side and not giving the Ts any entries. In this case, one guy plays from balcony or pit, one guy on side, and the player coming from B goes library or holds long from the cubby right next to it. On Inferno's T side, the main goal is to establish control over banana and apps, after which you are looking to also contest brackets to deny any information from the CTs, and finally group at either side and play and execute. Essentially, you're trying to make the CTs run out of util, at which point you're using the final set of yours. First, Banana is approached in a rather defensive way, where you are looking to deny the CTs as much space as possible, while also forcing them to spend the maximum amount of util doing so. A must is to either molly car or throw a top banana smoke, like Vitality are doing here, in the beginning. This makes it harder and a lot more uncomfortable for the CTs to peek and take banana. Afterwards, you can spend 2 mollies and a flash to take top banana in a coordinated fashion, like this, where you flush out sandbags and prevent anyone from peeking with a support flash from corner with the second Molotov. As the second mid player, or Apps lurk, you are primarily responsible for holding off any Apps pushes into second mid and showing a presence in Apps or towards brackets. You always start by mollying balcony, like this, and then tossing a flash next to balcony to flash anyone holding an angle towards second mid from mid, if no one on your team is holding mid for you. Next, you can either start to take Apps, like Robs does here, initially wait for any pushes and then slowly push, like Jimmy, or simply ignore Apps, smoke long, and pressure mid, like Heavy God does here. You are mainly looking to hide the real intentions of your team, while also emitting some sort of presence to slow down rotations, as the CTs always need to keep you in the back of their head before rotating off. Finally, the last player goes either mid and holds for any early CT pushes, or follows the second mid player and helps to take Apps control, or apply pressure towards brackets. In any case, one lurker is more than enough, and you wanna group with your team afterwards and let the Apps player do their job. After playing the default, you're looking to bait out util from the CTs by slowly advancing towards either side and seeking non-committed contact, or by throwing fake util, like a simple CT smoke on B, without actually following up. This forces them to respond to you by throwing their block util, and once there's no more util left, or just very little util left, you group and play full execute. This approach is also the reason why Inferno can be rather boring to watch in pro play, where teams are simply waiting out 2 or 3 consecutive smokes at a time before actually proceeding to do anything themselves. In any case, this is the pros' current approach to playing a CT and T default on Inferno. So let's continue with some tips and tricks you can apply yourself to make your life easier and increase your chances of winning. When you're playing car and wanna resmoke Halfwall, instead of throwing a normal smoke, you can use this lineup from Vitality that also blocks vision from anyone standing or boosting in wood and leaves a bit of a gap behind Halfwall, allowing you to not give up on banana entirely. Here's a lineup for a bottom banana smoke to counter the wood and Kabi Molo. CTs like to throw a lot when they are aggressing early in banana. Ts are able to play around the edges of the smoke and can still play the headshot angle from wood and around the edge of the smoke towards Kabi, making it almost impossible for the CTs to actually take banana. The next tip ties straight into the previous one. As a CT, if the Ts are throwing this smoke, pushing down and taking banana becomes exponentially more difficult and risky. So what pro teams are doing instead is to throw this smoke that pops in the middle of banana and go for picks in the upper half of it, while more or less ignoring the bottom parts. Here is an easy and safe way to get information on anyone coming halls. By jiggling or simply holding this pixel angle, you can save your smoke for when the Ts are actually coming A, instead of simply using it preemptively and potentially simply wasting it. When playing from side after yielding brackets, this is an insanely strong crossfire, as the side player can quickly swing out to balcony or short when the Ts are coming and there is some contact. If you cannot get any control over banana whatsoever, you can use this smoke from spawn to smoke of Halfwall and at least contest car for the first 2 smokes. However, you need to play this close to perfection, as a good set of util, as seen here, can easily split up the 2 banana players and allow the Ts to get isolated fights on you if you're not careful. Here's a lineup for the so-called window or stop sign flash you can throw when the CTs are aggressively taking banana to counter push. Yekinda even anticipates the first flash but is unable to dodge the second one, and would have been a free kill if the CTs didn't counter flash for him. When playing from pit, you can play this off angle towards balcony to catch someone running out of apps off guard. If you want to take car, this is the flash lineup most teams are using right now. It's going to pop right next to Halfwall and blinds anyone playing close or holding for a Halfwall push. Make sure to molly sandbags before though, as anyone playing there will not get blinded. Lastly, if you want to stay up to date with CS or simply talk about the game or how to get better, you can join my Discord server where we have a bot posting patch notes within 20 minutes, and chances are that one of my mods or myself are tuning into discussions or are able to help you out if you have any CS related questions. Now, if you enjoyed this video or got something useful out of it, you can leave a like or subscribe to my channel for more CS content, or click on the video to your right for more content YouTube thinks you're likely to enjoy as well. As always, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!